Have you ever seen a rock that floats on water? Sounds impossible, right? Because rocks are supposed to sink. But once upon a time, when I first heard the name Pumice stone, I didn't imagine a rock at all. I imagined something magical, like a stone with a secret inside it. And when I actually saw a pumice stone floating gently on water, I felt the same question rising inside me. How can a rock float? What makes the stone so special? Today on Page Pulse by Lee, we are traveling on a journey deep into volcanoes, bubbling lava, trapped air, and one of the most surprising gifts of nature, the pumice stone. To understand its secret, we must start where pumice is born. Not in a river, not in a mountain, but inside the earth, in the heart of a volcano. Imagine the ground rumbling softly beneath your feet. Imagine molten lava rising from deep underground, hotter than fire itself. And imagine that lava suddenly meeting the cool, fresh air outside. The moment it does, something extraordinary happens. The lava is filled with dissolved gases, tiny bubbles of air trapped inside like fizz in soda bottle. When the hot lava touches the cooler air, all the gas inside begins to escape at once. It tries to burst out, creating thousands and thousands of little holes inside the liquid rock. Molten rock cools very fast. So fast that all those tiny air bubbles get trapped inside forever. And when the rock finally hardens, it becomes full of holes, almost like a sponge made of stone. And this stone is pumice. When you hold a pumice stone in your hand, you aren't just holding a rock, you're holding a piece of frozen volcano breath, a stone filled with tiny air pockets. These trapped bubbles are the real secret behind why pumice floats. All those holes reduce its weight and make the stone less dense than water. That's why when you drop it into a bowl of water, it doesn't sink, it dances. Many scientists believe pumice might have traveled across oceans. Imagine a volcanic explosion near an island. Huge chunks of pumice break off and float on water, forming something called a pumice raft. Some rafts are so big they can be seen even from space. These rafts drift across the sea for months, sometimes years, carrying small plants, tiny creatures, and even bacteria from one island to another. In some ways, pumice is not just a stone, it's a traveler helping life move across the world. But pumice is not done surprising us yet. Did you know that humans have been using pumice for thousands of years? Ancient Egyptians used pumice powder for beauty treatments. Romans used it to make their skin smoother. People used it to polish stones, sharpen tools, and even soften clothes. And in modern times, pumice helps make lightweight bricks, eco-friendly cleaning tools, and natural exfoliators. A single stone born from fire and air has found a place in so many lives. But here comes the most beautiful part. Pumice floats when it is fresh and full of air. But slowly over months or years, water enters the tiny holes. The stone becomes heavier and one day it finally sinks to the bottom of the ocean. Even the rock that once defied the rules of nature must eventually return home. And something about that feels poetic, as if nature is whispering, everything has its time. Before we end, I want you to imagine holding a pumice stone in your hand. Feel how light it is. Look at the tiny holes and remember, this rock has traveled through fire, through air, through water, and maybe even through oceans. It floats not because it's magical, but because nature is magical. Sometimes the smallest things teach us the biggest lessons. that the world is full of surprises if we only pause and ask why. So the next time someone says rocks always sink, you can smile and say not all of them. And maybe you can share the story of the stone that floats. I hope you enjoyed this surprising journey. For more such exciting stories, don't forget to like, share and subscribe. Stay curious and keep discovering. Signing off, Page Pulse Bailey. See you next time.